Alright guys, so you guys saw me build my computer a few months ago, maybe not a few months ago, maybe a month ago or so, but what happened was my motherboard got fried, so I had to get it replaced, and it came right now in the mail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up for you guys, see what comes in the box. This is a Gigabyte Z68P DS3 motherboard. I want to see what comes in the box so I can show you guys exactly what you can expect in case, let's say, your motherboard is fried or something like that and you RMA it or get it replaced by the company that is replacing it for you. So opened it up so you guys can't see the address or whatever. That doesn't matter, but here's my motherboard. All this stuff, I don't want to get it everywhere and make a mess, so sweet. Okay, so have all that still in there, and here's my motherboard. Alright, so right off the bat I can tell that is my motherboard. Give me a sec. So I'm sure that they did not replace it and give me a new one, because I remember that on my motherboard, get out of here, carpet. I'm trying to move the carpet so I don't step on it. But ground myself real quick. But I know this is my motherboard box, since I don't know if you can see or not, but it's kind of scratched. I doubt you can see it on the camera, but it's scratched up. So let's see what we have over here. Just the normal motherboard stuff. CD, manuals. I think I gave this to them with the thing. So nothing, they didn't really give me anything extra. That's the IO shield for the motherboard. Move this, and there's the motherboard, baby. So man, am I so excited to get this, because it's been like 2 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks since I sent it in, and there you guys go. It's a motherboard. It's a Z68 board, running a 2500K and a 560 Ti on it. This isn't really a great motherboard. I just got it because of its price. It was $99 at the time from Amazon. It was cheap, and I don't know if you guys know, but I am cheap. So I was trying to save money at the time. Wasn't trying to spend too much money on the build. And I don't know if you can see or not, but that is my i5 2500K processor, as well as my 560 Ti graphics card. I got the dual shot version from EVGA, which means it has 2 fans on it. Big deal. That's my Hyper 212 Plus cooler, and rubbing alcohol to take the existing thermal paste off my CPU so I can clean it off, put some new thermal paste on there, put it into the motherboard right there, put it into the case, and I'll be set, because I have my power supply, my SSD, my optical drive all in the case, and Tech 300. So I'm gonna put in the CPU, I'm gonna put in the cooler, and I'll get right back to you guys. So I have everything set up. I want to just test it out to make sure it all works. So I have my power supply plugged in, I have my motherboard plugged in. Let me just turn on the power supply, and then we will, where are those 2 buttons that allow us to turn on the computer? There we go. As you can see, everything's spinning. And it says disk boot failure because we haven't installed the SSD yet, which already has the OS and everything on it, and my Steam library and everything. So the beast is working. We shall put this in the case and document it. So I'll see you guys in the next segment. So now, because I'm not using the stock cooler, I am going to focus. I will use some rubbing alcohol to get the old thermal compound off the CPU, and so I can put my Hyper 212 CPU cooler on. So I'm just going to use a normal, it's too close, whatever. You get the point. One of these paper towels, you know, just normal paper towel. I will put some rubbing alcohol on it, and we shall see what happens. So, hey, how you have to open these rubbing alcohol bottles or whatever. Alright, there we go. Just put some like that on your tissue. You got some right there. And then, I like to fold it like that. I'm not getting it right. There we go. I like to fold it like that. And just clean it off. Clean all that old thermal paste off there. See that? Might have to apply a little more pressure to get some of the thermal compound off. Since I did this like something like 2 weeks ago when I was testing out if my motherboard was actually broken or not. And in fact it was. So you see that? I don't know if you can see it. So I'm gonna do it again just to make sure I have everything cleaned up properly. Don't want any thermal compound on there from the old pre-applied thermal compound that was on the CPU stock heatsink. So I'm just gonna wipe this off real quick. And there's a little on the side of the CPU, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this cotton swab, get some of that on there, and then I shall rub this on here just a little bit, just so I get some of it off the freaking cotton swab or whatever, and then I try to clean where the thermal paste is. I don't think I can get in there, so I'm just going to try to clean that up real quick. I'm going to try to wipe it off. Don't want to make a mess, you know. And then all the extra will be wiped off with this. Okay. So that's all fine and dandy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus CPU cooler, and let's just zoom out real quickly. You can see my G-Scale memory, Ripjaws X, 1600 megahertz, 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. I'm going to put on my Hyper 212 Plus CPU cooler, and I will get back to you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so I have everything working now. See the swagged out, pimped out PC? Swag.